Whew. It's been one hell of a week. And I mean, really, like, it's been one hell of a week. And all I can tell you is the personal journey is like I'm on Great Adventures' newest ride. It's so, up and down, zip-diddy-doo-dah, and it is not a wonderful day. I'm not going to call it not wonderful. What I'm going to say is there's been just so many learning lessons and so many learning experiences in these last few years. Having heart surgery, number one, and even going through the ups and downs of my SVT diagnosis had me unstable with how I felt about my health. It made me hyper-focus on so many things about my body, about my rhythm. You naturally pick up a rhythm with how you do things, and my rhythm was just completely off when my heart was all over the place. And having surgery was such a necessary piece. There was nothing like living on the edge. So let me just say this. If my heart were to go erratic and I could cough and all of a sudden my heart rate would be 196 resting. And this could last from 5 minutes to 24 hours, or 23 and a half hours is the longest that it ever happened. And it happened multiple times at that highest rate. When it hits, it's never supposed, SVT, a lot of people are diagnosed with SVT, and how it's described is, and we don't have strings in our heart, okay? So let me just say that to be clear. But if I had to describe it to you in layman's terms so we could all understand, people are typically born with one string in their heart. I was born with multiple. And what the strings do is they conduct how your heart beats, the energy. And at any time, during your normal beats, another one can come in and chime in, which then sends you off to the races. You're more susceptible to these things happening when you are either overweight, your stress levels are seriously high, or you're unhealthy, or you're overexerting yourself, or you cough, or you sneeze, or your eyelash itches. It doesn't matter. Or I could simply be doing absolutely nothing, and my heart could go from normal to 196 and last like that for 23 and a half hours. And what that felt like is like I was like this. Like you could literally see me shaking. My neck would jump. My heart would race. I would be out of breath. I couldn't stand up and walk. It was pass out feeling, and very debilitating when it would happen. And it could happen at work. Many of you have been at work with me when it happens. And the more stressed I got, the more frequently those things happen. I worked long hours as a stylist. And after COVID, I was a stylist, okay, in the beginning of my experience as a salon owner, and even as just a regular stylist, I would have easy 10 to 12 people in a day. But typically I had at least one, if not two, shampoo assistants and a receptionist. There was always other people there to do all the other things, so I could just focus on burning both ends of the candles. And I chased money. I chased money because I chose to allow my husband and my family and their lifestyle that we agreed to, um, giving my kids the experience of having their dad at home with them, especially because of the hours that I work. I didn't think it was fair if I was running a business for them not to fully have one parent. That's what I was always missing. I love that I have that in my husband. He is amazing with my kids, but that took us down to one income. And I wouldn't trade that experience for anything in the world. It was stressful. It was very stressful. It was scary. I was tired. I fell at a restaurant. I went out with my son. My son took me to a crab restaurant. I love crabs. I love the whole body crabs. I don't eat them that often. But when I do, I want to research and eat somewhere really good. And his wife and him took me out to a crab restaurant, and I hurt myself. So, and I went down into a full split. And I could already do a split if I stretch. But this time I slipped, and I slipped on like an oily surface in heels and went down into a split on the opposite leg. I had already had a fall 2 years prior in a closet where I was putting on a skirt because I was about to stand up for a meeting, and a little skinny skirt, and I had on knee-high boots, and I already had boots on. They were heels. And I went to go I had one leg in the skirt, and I went to go lift one leg up and balance on one foot to stick my other foot in. And the back of the heel caught on the skirt and snatched me down to the side and threw me on the floor. And I had to stand on those heels for almost an hour on a concrete floor giving this presentation while my legs swelled. And that took me almost a full year to even get most of my motion, my range of motion back in my legs. So it affected a lot of things. Then we moved forward to the fall in the restaurant. And then most recently, somebody hit me in a car accident. All of that, and I had heart surgery, and I had something happen with my gallbladder. Like, all of these things happened like within a few years span, and I turned 50. And I had so many years of working that kind of grind, and you get scared when you're feeling like pain and you know you have to work. After COVID, everything changed in the salon. I went down from doing 12 people a day to like doing 4 to 5. So my prices went up, and I mean, they doubled. They didn't just go up a little bit, they doubled. I lost most of my clients. But we had to adjust. Businesses had to adjust during that time. And having the flexibility to be able to make my schedule, be with my family, have those things, that was very, very scary. And yes, it was a life that I chose. Was it the wrong thing? No. Was I a great tenant? Yes. Fuck yes. I'm a great tenant. I keep a great space. It's always clean. It's always painted. It's always fresh. Any client, any visitor, I can't, you wouldn't find a review where it said different. If you talk to any other landlord that has ever had me, you can talk to mine now. I'm not an individual that would put your space in jeopardy or not pay my bills or not do, like, I am in full communication with my landlord right as we speak. Scary as shit. Somebody else taking something. But no, he's not taking anything. But the fear of, I don't know how he would respond. I don't know him. I mean, I know him, but I don't know him, but I do know him. And he's older, and he's gentle, and he's connected. And that's the type of relationship that I truly tried to create with my old landlord. And with all of the things that he did to me during my tenancy, and I don't even think he knows what he did. I hope that he was able to read what he did when he read that post. I'm sure that somebody is going to share that with him. I'm sure of it at some point. I made sure of it. But I tried to be something different. And because he doesn't know me and because he wasn't listening to me as a human being, I get it, I signed a piece of paper. But as a human being who doesn't do anything to hurt you or to cause something negative to happen to you, why would you hurt them? Why would you want to hurt them? Knowing how much stress that they were under. Like, I shared everything. I shared even when I didn't want to. I let them know what was going on with me. I wasn't as detailed. It was nobody's business. I didn't have that type of relationship. And he set the tone. He set the tone of what that feeling felt like. If you go back in my videos, like, I had a rough experience growing up. I had a rough experience throughout my entire journey. Most people do. But one of the hardest things is to learn how to put that version of yourself to the side and not make the past about how you're responding right now. And the stress of all of that stuff that I went through with my heart. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you about SVT. When you're in this arrhythmia, an active arrhythmia, in order for it to stop and slow down, you have to go to the hospital. And when you get there, they stop your heart. They literally stop your heart and reset it. And it feels like you're dying for like 1 second. It is the craziest feeling that you will ever feel. It's like everything goes, like, it's like, I don't even think you even understand what the experience is like. On top of already feeling all the other pressure of everything else. And if you didn't read my story, I hope you take the time to read it. There's a lawsuit against me. And my old landlord is trying to hold me accountable for $19,000. And originally, when I left, I told him I was sick. And he knew I was sick. I told him I could not afford where we were with COVID, I explained everything I just said in this video. The only thing that I did not tell him was about the actual diagnosis. But all of the other pressures of my life and who I was as a mom, who I was as a wife, all of that is email documented. All of that is conversations that I tried to have with him to understand there was a human on the other side of the relationship. And I get it. I was a signature on a piece of paper and a paycheck. But I was also someone who you were counting on to take care of your investment. I think that's a great relationship to have with a tenant. I have a tenant. I want my tenant to have a great experience with me. I take care of my property. I want them to feel like they are well taken care of, the same way it is for me at the salon. And the thing is with this lawsuit, he is coming after me. He is suing me personally. But on what I'm noticing on this sheriff's levy, not gonna put it in the camera, but the way he names me is Anika Lee Thompson Staples, 713 West Avenue in Jenkintown. So he's suing me, and on the actual Court of Common Pleas is blank, blank, blank real estate versus Anika Lee Thompson Staples. It's not Anika Lee Thompson Staples doing business as Ryan Foster. It's as Anika Lee Staples. So you sued me as myself, but within the actual, and it says that the Sheriff's County of Montgomery County, uh, against Anika Lee Thompson Staples, this is against me personally, against as a Lincoln for $19,280.56. And when I left, it was beautiful. You saw the pictures. He said that there was a lock that needed to be changed and a basement clean out. And when I say a basement clean out, I don't have things. I'm not a thing person. So this is not a basement clean out. And if you read the story, you will understand more about it. As a matter of fact, I'll link it to this video just so that it's being said again. But what I'm getting from all of this experience with, 50. Turning 50 was like a number for me. Like a realization number. Like, all right, it's time to live and like discover yourself. And not have a story around I can't be what I want to be for myself because of however I would end that sentence. Like, it's time. 50 should be the year. Maybe God has a way of like pulling your coattail when you don't even know that your coattail needs to be pulled, or you do know that it needs to be pulled, but you're just waiting for somebody to show up and pull it in the way that you resonate with. I'm learning a lot about myself, what not to overreact to, how to not make what's going on around me affect the people that I'm with. I can tell you that, no, I can't tell you that. I have to keep that to myself right now, but I want to make people feel safe around me. And when all this happened, I remember crying to my husband and just feeling like I was letting them down. Hardest part of the journey. And I think it's because it's of the role that I said that I played. And what's crazy is the lady that was sitting in a chair when the sheriff's department came in, she was a new client. And she was sitting in a chair and, oh my God, I was about to cry. Oh, I was about to cry when he came in here. I was holding it together. I was like, I will not fucking cry. I'm tough. I would not cry. I don't cry in front of people. I try my best not to cry. I find it manipulative. I should probably stop saying that. But yeah, when they left, we hadn't even seen each other's faces. And she was like, why are you upset? In her very thick Nigerian accent. Don't you be upset. Don't worry about that. She's like, it is not real. I was like, what do you mean? Because I got this paperwork sitting right here in front of me. This is real. This is going to get. It's real. And she was like, it's not real. She was like, success is what we say it is. Success is how we define it for ourselves. It's not about what you think it is. It's all made up. Create your narrative. Decide what you want. And she was like, okay, you define this version or up till now to be this, and you saw this as successful. And yes, it might be a transition. It might be something that you need to do different or a new journey that you're on, but it's okay. And I was like, it means nothing. And I was like, wow. Okay, great way to let that one go. And like literally, it allowed me to move into like what's next. And all of the stuff that's going on with me and my lawyer and him not showing up to court and me being in this position with this judgment against myself, it has me nervous about picking somebody else, or is it worth fighting? Is this like a settlement thing? I know how it's filed feels so unfair, and not like, okay, in my business mind, if I had to put myself in the mind of it's not me, after I say all the things that I said, you need to respect relationships because somebody's taking care of your stuff. I can see if I was tearing your stuff up, or if I wasn't paying my rent, or if I didn't give you access to the space, like all of those things. And it would have been better to show the property when I was in there. They didn't even take the time to show the property. Nobody showed the property. It wasn't even listed when I gave my notice. The focus just became on what penalty I was going to have for leaving. I was already penalized. I have been penalized since the beginning, since I was 18. This has been going on since I was 18 years old, is when I first started having them. It's a long time to get to 49. I'm a grandmom now. Check that out. I'm a grandma. Best thing that could have happened. Really. He is the joy that kind of like escapes me from all the things. So I think one of the other lessons that I'm learning is to have something to focus on. I'm a crafty girl. I'd sit down and do crafts. I play with my kids. I do things with my daughter. I talk to my son. I do things with my son. I cook. I'm constantly moving some damn thing in the house, washing clothes, cleaning, doing something in the shop. I'm staying busy. I'm writing. I'm journaling. Oh my God, that's been so cathartic. Whew, I've been mental dumping like crazy. I shot this video. I don't want to be on camera. Oh my gosh. I don't. I feel like I have like these bags. I know I do. Oh my God, look at my eyes. I started wearing foundation. Never wore makeup. Wearing blush every day, lip gloss all the time, eyebrows filled in. My daughter wants me to grow my hair out. Y'all see I got all this hair. Normally I have this little teeny pixie haircut. My daughter has me growing out this hair. I don't know what I'm doing with myself, but I'm standing. I'm standing and I'm learning. I'm learning a lot of lessons in business. And one of the things that is the best part of all this is it's a chance for me to reinvent myself. You know, like I'm always talking about what the reinvention looks like, but I mean like to actually play, like to have a push to do it. A new chapter, right? There's nothing for me to be complaining about. But it all makes part of the story. Oh my gosh. And I am writing it. I wrote so much last night. I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning just writing. It's been great. So if you're dealing with some kind of stress, if you're dealing with something that's falling apart in your life, if you are a business owner and you're feeling like you're at that, like, oh my God, it's a hiccup in the road, the shit hurts. Oh my gosh, there is somebody out there going through something a million times worse. Listening to a share about how somebody is dealing with their life and what they're going through, that's the best thing that can happen. You know, live out loud. If you're going to have a platform, you better share it for something positive. And how you can help me. I forgot to say that when I wrote my story at the end. I might have said it in the comments, but I think I would really love an attorney to talk to. I feel like I really need help. I do. I need somebody that knows legally where to go, what to do. It can hear my thoughts out loud even if you gave me the confidence to be able to do it on my own, like if you showed me how to do everything, I think I would love to at least learn it. But I need help. And I'm broke as shit. I'm scared. And broke as shit because I paid off a lot of debt recently. Not because I overspend, not because I splurge and travel, not because I buy designer stuff. I don't. I am a thrift store girl. I cut up my clothes. I make my clothes. I made this shirt. Look, isn't it cute? See? I put sleeves on it. Well, I cut the sleeves. I did this jacket. I put all my little things on it. I make all kinds of little things at home. I make my own little stuff. But I don't spend money. I spend money, but I spend like little money. I'm broke. I'm not spending any money right now. I am working and saving and spending as little as possible so that I can afford. I have a few plans in place to try and at least secure myself a little bit more financially around this. But I would love just to have good legal advice that would talk me through this, that would make me feel safe in this process. Talk to somebody. Even if you just talk to your camera, talk to somebody. Which is funny because I don't want to get on camera, but my entire life I've talked to a mirror whenever I'm going through something, or I talk to myself. Like when I was younger, I used to stand in the mirror and talk to myself. Every morning, every afternoon I got home from school, every night before I went to bed, I talked my life out. Whatever I was going through, however I wanted the story to wind up. I was really in my head. I was in my own real life play inside my head all day long. I still am. I really am. Come join me. I'm sure we all are. Come along on my journey. Share something with me. If you got something for me to talk about, you want me to share something, if there's any questions you want me to answer, comment below. I'll check it. I keep saying I'm not even connected to social media. I feel like I need an outlet. I feel like I need to do something, so I'll check it. I'll answer it. Thanks for listening, y'all. Peace.